Boom! I'm back. It's Crack, aka Anzo, occasionally Jungle. Yeah, whatever. We're again bringing you for the first time ever some Call of Duty Ghost gameplay. Even though I vowed never to bring another COD gameplay in my entire life. But hey, this is the way shit turns out, you know. When I did that commentary about the franchise being broken, I mean, it is still kind of broken, and it is still gonna like tie into this commentary, and I will get to it. But first off, let me run off my shit. I'm using the Assault Strike package with the kill streak setup being the Battle Hind, the Attack Helo or the Helo Pilot, whatever, and the Loki. On top of that, I've got the AK12 with the super generic attachments of the Suppressor and the Foregrip. You know, the AK12, man, I mean, it's a solid all-round weapon. You know, it's not an AK-47, is it? You know, it's not. The second they took the AK-47, the M16 and the Desert Eagle out the game, I was not happy with Call of Duty whatsoever. You know? Or even just one of those variants. It was Black Ops 2. It did it to me. It did it to me. Why couldn't you just give me some shit that I knew? No motherfucker wanted, like, the MP7 to come back. Well, maybe they did. But no motherfucker wanted, you know, I can't remember any of the guns in that game. It was that shit. I'm serious. I am serious. The game was so bad. Just really, just so bad. Just like, it hurts me to think about it. I mean, I think I had some relatively decent gameplays in that, to be fair. I mean, not like the best. Nobody ever fucking claimed to be the best. But, you know, average, maybe above average, you know. But that was about it, you know. I mean, that's all the game provided for me. Was a little bit of the first person Twitch. He ended up getting to full prestige. And then I got bored. Fact behind it, you know. So anyway, now we've come to this game, and I don't know, I suppose if you want like my opinion of the game and shit like that, you know, it's interesting in the sense of, you know, I've had this philosophy and I'll stick by this philosophy. I'm going to say it right now. The fact is, I think the hit detection in this game is the best we've seen in years. However, the lag compensation and the netcode is extremely, extremely bad, and it's probably the worst that we've seen, like, ever. Really, ever. I mean, it's in a sense, I mean, I'm gonna just put this out there. It's Modern Warfare 2 all over again. I mean, instead of noob tubers, one-man army and shit like that, they've actually kind of, you know, they've worked out the perk setup and shit like that, in a sense. But now it's just people camping in corners with, you know, dead silence and amplify, just like sound homing like fuck, just camping, you know. Or at the same time as that, it's people just running support, like smashing out oracles like it's fucking nothing, even though it's OP as fuck. Because, you know, everybody thought like the fucking advanced UAV in Modern Warfare 3 wasn't overpowered enough for a support kill streak, you know. Nobody ever fucking thought that, you know. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's the business franchise, or the business model for the franchise. That's the game. That's what they've got to do. They've got to provide each and everybody the individual, like, gameplay style. They've got to cater for them. They've got to be catered for. The masses have to be catered for. Alright? Don't be fucking stupid and think like, oh, you know, it's not the fact of, hey, we're going to make this game like it's COD 4 again. No, they've evolved. Everybody now has to be catered for. That's the fact behind it. Campers, rushers, you know, I'm not going to lie, rushing is extremely, like, frustrating in this game, especially when you just run into campers all the time, you know. The one-on-one kind of play style kind of like setup between the two, you know, it used to be like a relatively fair distance between rushing and camping. However, in this game, you know, camping is always going to be advantageous because of the netcode per se, you know. But at the same time as that, you know, I mean, it is possible to rush. You know, people that say, oi, it's like, you know, this game isn't built for rushes. The fact behind it is, no, it's not built for rushes. The fact that you can rush in this game, but people decide to use the aspect that was built for campers, because that's the business model of the franchise. Everybody has to get fucking catered for, but people just decide to camp because it's essentially easier. Yeah? Then, yeah, it's, you know, it's not really the fucking game's fault, it's the player. In a sense, you know? That's my opinion behind it anyway. I mean, I don't know at the same time as that, because it's you know, it's always lobby permitting as it is. You know, a player's influences on the game are always gonna trump, you know, Trump. Are always gonna trump the you know, the actual game mechanics itself. You know, shit like that. But in the same sense as that, I'll return back to it. You know, I mean, I said about the netcode and the lag compensation being extremely bad. But the point behind it is we're essentially playing an Xbox 360 part of a next-gen Call of Duty, you know? And the fact behind it as well as that is... As well as that... What the fuck? As well as that... Is that... What the fuck? On top of that, the fact is, you know, it is an Xbox One part for the 360, you know? But what actually makes this game next-gen? That's the real point behind it. The only thing that I can physically see behind it is... You know, they've altered the maps in the sense that you can get a fucking kill streak from a care package, which will occasionally, you know, if you're on the right map, permitting, once again, it will alter the map or some shit like that, you know? Whether it's a satellite crash, or a chem strike and it fucking destroys the map, or, you know, I don't even know. Like closing a couple of iron doors on freight. Like what? Is that really what makes this a fucking next-gen COD? Where's the innovation and shit like that, you know? I hate to say this, but I imagine Treyarch will eventually fucking pull out some, like, innovation where it just, like, follows fucking COD Ghosts or some bullshit like that. I mean, it probably won't be an innovation, but, you know, like I said, man, they've got a business model. Like, they're not going to change it. The business model is here to stay. It's what made the franchise what it is today. So, you know, what's the point? What's the point in changing it? We're making money. They're making bank. They've released 2 versions of the game on the old consoles and the new. You know, next gen and shit. Whatever. I mean, whatever. It is what it is when it comes down to it like that. You've got to take it for what it is. I mean, the game's been built for Xbox One, so we've got an Xbox 360 part of a game that's been built for Xbox One. In my opinion, you know? That's the way behind it anyway. Well, that's the way I'm thinking behind it anyway, but you know. It is what it is when it comes down to it like that. But at the same time, you know, at the same time as that, returning to what I was saying about the game and how it's been built for particular players as such, you know, and how people are always going to influence the game more than, like, the game specifically having a fault in the matter, you know. It's weird. It's weird because it's always going to be the scenario of, you know, what if this happened? What if that happened? Like, what if this wasn't in the game? What if One Man Army Noob Tubes wasn't in Modern Warfare 2? Look, right, the fact behind it. Look, the business model needs to stay the same. It needs to stay the same because if they didn't put all this shit in the game, they wouldn't have this huge population that play the game, you know? At the same time as that, you know, I mean, today officially Xbox One has been released. I mean, hopefully tonight a load of tryhard, like, hardcore fanboys would have gone and bought the Xbox One and be playing COD Ghosts on that, you know? Maybe there'll just be a load of casuals on tonight and it'll be like Super Cheese mode. I don't know. I don't even know if it's double XP this weekend. I'm pretty sure it's coming up soon at some point, maybe another week or something. I don't know, in fact. I'll have to look into that. But at the same time as that, you know, I mean, that only just brings out the tryhards even more, and they just want to come and camp, you know. But if you've got friends that have got an Xbox One and you don't have an Xbox One, but a majority of people have still got the Xbox 360, then why are you gonna, like, go and play on the Xbox One on your own? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, you can go do single player shit, fair enough. But, you know, it's not multiplayer, first person Twitch, like, COD Ghosts action, is it? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really up to you. I'm going to just say this, yeah. If you want, like, an honest opinion about the game and whether or not you should buy this game or not, or, you know, if you want to test it out or you're interested or whatever, you know, I definitely recommend going and buying it and testing it out. If you've played a Call of Duty before and you've liked the core mechanics to the Call of Duty game, or like the Call of Duty franchise or whatever, you know, I'm always going to say that the fact is, you know, you can't win them all. Occasionally you're going to fucking lose a gunfight, whether it's your fault, the netcode's fault, the wrong time, wrong place fault, you know, whatever. That's what fucking Call of Duty is. It's like RNG at its finest. 6v6, head to head, you know, anything can fucking happen. within, like, permitting within the game and shit like that, you know? So, I mean, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. I mean, I've kind of said my piece. I've spoken about it, you know. I've spoken about the Xbox One, how this is a part of the Xbox One. I've spoken about the business franchise and how it's still kind of broken in the sense that they have to cater as a developer for each and everybody's, like, you know, different playstyle perspective, whether it's rushing, camping, you know, blah, 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 whatever. You know, they have to build a game for that. They can't just change it, so don't be stupid and think that, you know, it's not going to be like that. You couldn't really have expected to get COD Ghosts and thought, you know what, I think it will be really, like, game-changing and this will be the best Call of Duty ever where nobody fucking camps. Or nobody ever, like, plays like a faggot using a fucking MSBS or camping in a corner and shit, you know? That's the fact behind it. And, you know, and then it goes back down, like, to what I said about, you know, how people say this game isn't built for rushers and shit, you know? It's all about the player. You know, if you choose to camp, then fair enough. You know, it is more than easily possible to go, like, 50 plus kills, 10 deaths or under, rushing around the place, low kill streaks, just having fun in this game with, like, a K7. I've done it. If you want to see a gameplay like that, I will fucking bring you a gameplay like that, my son. I mean, it literally, gameplays like that look like it's fucking COD 4. It feels like it's COD 4. Just rushing around with, like, simplistic low kill streaks, just having fun with the game, you know? It's all about the way people play. It is all about the way people play. Don't blame the game and say the game, you know, the game's this, the game's that. The game's always going to be this and that, because that's the fact behind it. That is the business model. It's broken. Deal with it. But when it's good, it's really good, you know? I mean, it is really, I really do think it's really good when it's really good. People are going to, like, blag your head and say, oh, it's average, you know, at best. You know, but when it's really bad, it's like the worst COD ever. You know, I stand by that. When it's really bad, it is potentially the worst COD ever. You know, and I think that's mainly because it's been ported, you know, over for, like, an earlier generation, you know, of the game. On an earlier generation of consoles, you know? So fuck it, you know, it is what it is. 68-2, 4 caps. Like, the highest amount of caps, like, relating towards the other guy on my team as well, you know? I mean, that Warlock Wesso guy, I remember that guy. He's the worst player known to mankind. Borderline, in my opinion. But, you know, what fucking ever, man. It is the way it is. And it's gonna be the way it's gonna be. Peace.